In America today, every other foreign language is declining, but Korea is the only language that's rising. 안녕하세요. Hello everyone, this is Mark Peters with the Frog outside the Well Research Center. And today you've recognized my guest, Derek.
Hello, I'm Derek Driggs. Nice to be back.
Professor Derek Driggs.
Professor Derek Driggs, that's correct, as of a couple of days ago.
He just signed a contract with the University of Utah. Now, the question.
Yes.
Have you got your dissertation done yet?
Dissertation.
You hate that question, don't you?
I do.
Everybody who's writing a dissertation hates that question.
I want that question to not be part of my life anymore as soon as possible, but I will hopefully have it done before day one on the job at the University of Utah. So.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you.
I'll
need the luck. I'll need the luck.
Having been there, I know what it's like. And advice is, don't let perfection be the enemy of the good. Get it done. That's the important thing. Okay,
great.
Today we're going to talk about Korean linguistics, Korean language. We're going to talk about Korean as a growth industry. Korean is the only language in America taught in a growing number of schools with a growing number of student enrollments.
Right. Yep.
In America today, every other foreign language is declining, but Korea is the only language that's rising.
Yeah, people don't seem to see foreign languages as a hugely essential part of their education anymore, especially we're talking about secondary learning institutions. So in the university level, people don't feel a huge need to pursue second languages, where 20 years ago, everyone was taking Spanish and French and German and all these things, but more students than ever are taking Korean, and it increases every year.
And it's increasing radically due to
Hallyu,
K-pop, K-drama, all those things.
That's the biggest source we can find, but also due to just Korea becoming an ever increasing participant on the international stage. You know, everyone's interested in what Korea is doing economically. Everyone's interested in what they're doing in the entertainment industry and the geopolitical scene. So
there are a lot of people interested in Korea for a lot of reasons. It's really interesting. You're teaching part-time at BYU right now.
I just finished, yep.
Just finished the semester. And when I was there, every fall semester, we had to beg to carry the 101 class. We had to beg because you needed 15 students, and we'd have 12. We'd have 10.
Right.
We'd have 8.
Yeah.
And if you don't have 8 in the first year, you're never going to have 8 in the second year.
Right.
So we'd go in and beg, please let us carry it. And the deans were always good. They broke the rules and let us carry the class with low enrollment. Now, how many 101 sections of 15 each are there?
Oh, sections of 15 each. Let's see, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections.
I think it was 6 when I left. It got to 5 or 6.
I think it's around 6 sections of 15 each. It's, you know, kids are on the wait list. They can't all get into these classes. They don't have enough professors teaching.
Oh, really?
So everyone wants to take Korean. And these are kids from all different majors.
Wait list.
Yep.
They're on a wait list to get into a Korean class. We used to beg people to take Korean classes.
Yeah, it's definitely changed, and that's not unique to BYU. It's all over the place.
It's all over the United States, and it's all over the world. Yeah. So Korean is really coming along as an important language, and it's still a hard language, but we're getting more and better speakers of Korean.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, first of all, in the 1990s, if you ask someone to identify a clip of someone speaking Korean, oh, what language are they speaking? Most people wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah. But now, the majority of Americans have heard Korean because you have BTS on the radio, you have Parasite winning an Academy Award, you have Squid Games as the #1 show on Netflix for weeks and weeks in a row, breaking records. So everyone's heard Korean. No one's not familiar with Korea anymore.
You know, you mentioned Parasite. For that to win the Best Picture of the Year as a read the subtitle movie, as a foreign movie, is an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah.
And so people could hear the Korean and tune in and catch a little bit.
Yep. So it used to be that Americans would hear Spanish, oh, that's Spanish. They'd hear French and oh, that's French. Maybe they'd hear Chinese and say, oh, that's probably Chinese. But Korean, they would hear it and be, oh, something Asian probably. But now they know.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, we did a video quite some time ago about Korean is a world language. And today we've done this video about Korean is a growth language, the only language that's growing in America. You know, one reason why language study isn't growing is because of this.
Yeah, the machine can do it for you.
You can punch your watch in and say, you know.
And that's one of the phenomena that's so big with Korean is people used to learn language as a practical skill. They used to learn it so that they could go into business or so that they could go into these international relations oriented careers. But now AI can do that for them. But what AI can't do is sit there and listen to a song and understand the lyrics, or watch a show and feel like you're connecting with the characters. Yeah,
that's the difference.
So it's not enough for these people to see the subtitles that Google does or whatever. They want to be able to participate in it.
That's amazing. Just amazing. Well, we're in the right business. We love Korean.
Yep.
We love teaching Korean. It drives me nuts. It's hard.
It's a hard language. It definitely is. And it's funny that such a difficult language is able to continue to increase year after year. It's not like it's easy for people to learn.
Yeah, the only growth language in the United States is Korean. So let's keep up the good work. We're going to do a video on how difficult Korean is to learn.
Yep.
We'll do one of those later.
Great.
So good to see you. Thanks for coming. 안녕하세요.